Greetings and salutations, wonderful people. My name is Scribe, and welcome to part 19 of the Elder Scrolls 1 Arena. In the last episode, we cleared Labyrinthian, got the second piece of the Staff of Chaos, and began our hunt for the Elden Grove, which brought us to a woman who said that she would tell us happily where it was if we did something for her first, because that's how adventures work. So here we are in Selene's Web, and we are going to be exploring this map, this little dungeon of ours. And we're going to be doing what she asks and taking care of all this. But before we do that, we are going to be mapping everything out because, of course, we are. Because we desire the loot and the XP. And I want to see how much farther in level I can take her. So I have not been playing the Oblivion remaster for a couple days because I've had other stuff I've had to do. I've had D&D games, I've had IRL activities, just general stuff. So I haven't anything to really comment on in regards to Oblivion, but I had been doing the quest to gain access to the Mages Guild. Or the Arcane University, I should say. I've been very excited to do that. So that's been fun. I'm looking forward to when I can get in there. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a save in Selene's Web. And we're just going to try and regain our spell points. As you all know, the only way in the first 3 Elder Scrolls games to recover your spell points is to rest. So we're just going to be doing a bit of the old that. The zombie has nothing usable, but we can still try to heal. And there we have our magicka back. So the healing attempts are the balancing factor of being a mage, because you are not going to be able to just waltz into something and just heal and get back whatever you want, and some might find that annoying, but I don't. I think it's a good little way of balancing out mages, because you still get to feel powerful, you still get to hit things in one shot. However, you also get to enjoy feeling, that you actually have to work for everything, which I think is good. I think balancing mages is something that's very difficult in fantasy games, because if you do it wrong, you have to worry about people feeling like they're getting punished for not picking mage. They feel like they're not getting to be cool and things like that. But then if you don't do it properly, you feel like people just don't get to enjoy ever playing mage, which is unfortunate. Alright, shield up, no thank you. And where am I able to go from here? I don't think I'm able to go anywhere from here. Alright. Let's go ahead and leave and go the other way. Map out this area. So I have a few magic systems that I actually really enjoy using in gaming. One of them is my favorite is the Elder Scrolls system. It is my favorite in my opinion. I feel like it is the one you get to experiment and play with the most. I feel like I have the most freedom when I'm using it. I feel like I can play in a very different way. Obviously, another one that I really enjoy is the Dungeons & Dragons system. 5th edition, I should specify, is one that I am most familiar with, and one that I very much enjoy. And I enjoy things like the ritual system and cantrips and little things like that. But I enjoy other systems as well. I've played all of, basically every FromSoft game I have ever played that has a magic system, I have used it. I think out of all of them, I've liked Demon's Souls and Elden Ring the most. think those two are very fun. I like the way that Demon Souls handles spells and attunements and what magic can and can't do and the different classifications of magic, but I also enjoy Elden Ring's astrologer style magic where you can basically throw moons and other such things at your enemies. I think that one's really cool. I like stars quite a bit. I live in the city, so I don't really get to see stars all that often, so when I do, I am completely enamored by them. And I think that's one of the reasons why Elden Ring really spoke to me when I saw the network test where they let you see different like little spells. And I saw what the sorcery looked like, and I fell in love immediately. I knew that's the character I'm going to play. But Elder Scrolls I have a soft spot for, once again because of the freedom. I get to do so many things, especially in Morrowind. You're going to notice that I'm going to be having a blast playing a Morrowind mage, because while I would argue that Daggerfall has the most things you can do in the Elder Scrolls games, I enjoy messing around in Morrowind the most. I tend to find that to be the most enjoyable, because that's the game where I can fly from one city to the other. It's the one where I can do almost anything I want, and it's fantastic. I do have a timer this time, so I'm going to try and keep this down to a little bite-sized 30 minutes. I see Spider. Oh, hello there. Will you die, please? Thank you. And we're just gonna hit you. We're gonna hit you, because why not? And I believe we've mapped out this little spot. Let's go grab Burn Touch. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna say that again, it's not that I dislike Daggerfall's magic, or that I even hate Oblivion and Skyrim's. From what I've played in the remaster, I have been having an absolute blast with Oblivion's magic system. However, I will also say that when it comes to the magic, I feel that Morrowind is the most free, in my opinion. I feel like I can appreciate more of what I do in Morrowind than I do in the others. What is this item? Is this something I can pick up? No, okay. I can't pick up this, though. Am I able to rest? Yes, I am. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick little save. And we're going to get our magicka back. Okay. I suppose I can punch you, can I? I cannot. Okay. I think, let's do a quick little check. I have 20 spell points, okay? And Flame Dart might do the trick, actually. Let's give it the old college try, shall we? That's one. That's two. There we go. I should be able to rest again now. Let's go ahead and put my fists away. What are we looking at? Hello there. Hello there, sir. Know what you're... Okay. Never mind. You just decided you're gonna kill yourself. Okay. That is not the answer, sir. Alright, how's our XP looking? Pretty fantastic. So yeah, that is some of the things I have. Oh. I am a liar. I actually forgot to hit start on the timer. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing will happen. Trust. Oh, hello. I wonder, can Fire Dart kill these as well? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was 15, and then what would Blast of Blow High have cost? Alright. We saved a single point of magicka. That is what we call efficiency. So anyway, am I able to jump up here? I am. Lovely. So here we have access to this little nook and cranny here. We're just gonna head inside, see what we can find, and we already know how to get to the next floor, so we will do that quite well. But yeah, so... Oh, okay. I still have Fire Dart, right? Do. This is strange how that's actually working, and it's being a little efficient. A little bit. Again, once you get into higher levels, you have gotten quite a bit of money, so you can kind of just do whatever you want. So the only way to really get more power would be to do more efficiency actions, so using the most damage with the least cost. How? Okay, whatever. You're dead, that's all that matters. You guys sometimes drop potions. Have you dropped something? Did you drop something? No. Unfortunate. You were worthless to me. Alright, so we're gonna... Okay, so we've mapped out this area, so to the bottom we go. So we just need to follow this path and then hang a right. That'll work. And yeah, I won't exactly just repeat everything, but you guys have seen me do this for about 18 parts before. You know the drill. We map out the dungeon, we get the treasure, then we go to the next floor, then we do it again, then we go and sell everything off, and then we take that, we buy potions, and the potions let us do more stuff. This passage bears the mark of heavy use. You don't say. Oh, hello. Can I kill you in 2 of these? Oh my goodness, I can. It's so much more powerful than it used to be, which I understand is because it'll be doing close to a minimum of, I believe, like, what, 60 damage now? But that is still very funny to me that this tiny little damage spell has become such a juggernaut. I mean, admittedly, if you level high enough, anything will be powerful. Hello? Okay. Whatever. It's that side. Is that really it? Ah, I see. Okay. Well, I'm lazy, so I'm going to show you guys that neat little spell I made. Where is it? What did I even call it? Say hello to the spell, excuse me. This is what it does. You can see that the map does update when you destroy the wall. And it's pretty great, isn't it? It's pretty great how you can just tear open the dungeon and just alter it. I believe this spell effect does still exist in Daggerfall, by the way, which is awful. But it's something you can do. It's something you can just do. In fact, let me demonstrate it again, where instead of going through that little walkway, we just punch a hole into it and go from there. Burn touch. Burn touch is cheaper. That's right, I forgot. So technically speaking, burn touch is the most efficient. It does the most damage for the least cost. But yeah, you can just do that. There's a reason why I kind of try to limit my use of it, because when I used it a while back, I was getting, I won't say burnt out, but I was definitely like trying to beat the game, and I was just kind of in the mindset of like, I just kind of want to get it done because it's a little boring at the time, which, if you're doing nothing but playing this game like I was at the time, is very likely. It's very likely that you're going to be playing it and you're just going to be like, I don't want to do this. I would rather just, I would rather just do something else. And that's entirely justified. I understand that sentiment, but that is the benefit of doing it this way, is I will play it in small bursts, which means that it's less likely that I'm going to be bored. What is attacking me? Hello. Sorry about that. That was a bug. It was on my hand and I wanted it to stop being on my hand. That is the most violent I usually am in real life. Oh, goodness. There's gotta be something good in there. Surely there's probably some wonderful amount of gold or treasure. Oh, you are determined to be a jerk, aren't you? Fine. Are you serious? I hate you. Okay. Listen. I know I said I didn't want to abuse this. However, what do you expect me to do here? In this scenario, what do you expect me to do? Ah! Oh, that's a lot of you. Guess it's fine, Just die. And die. Come with me and die. And then we bait you over here and you die. Look at that. Fantastic. Well, now they're all dead. which is fantastic news for us. Alright, what is our bounty? What do we earn by killing all of you? Nothing in the slightest. Okay. I see how it is. Thanks, Mr. LeFay. Very cool. Die. Thank you. That's probably enough. Okay. Well, back up we go. I'm sure that, like, you could probably get through, like, okay, I don't know how you would get through that with a warrior, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what I would do in that scenario. Because in that scenario, I think the only way that that would be fixed is... Oh, those are mating tents. Oh. So they were trying to get their freak on, and I just murdered all of them. I feel like a little bit of a villain now, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm not as perfect as... Maybe I'm not as much better than Jaegertharn as I thought. Now, one thing I do wonder is if I can destroy this particular cell. Oh, you see a door with a golden lock? Crap! I think I missed it. I know where that is. I don't want to walk all the way over there. Okay. You know what's funny about this? I was actually scrolling through Reddit one day. Yes, I know I don't feel good about it either, but I was scrolling through Reddit one day and I saw somebody mention that specific scenario. Like, what, you know, how are you supposed to see this particular... I'm not going to use passwall, that's cheating. Oh yeah, I mean, it's not cheating, but it's lazy. And I remember seeing somebody being like, how are you supposed to notice this? And I thought, oh, you know, it's fine. It's probably just like, you know, I won't run into that event later. And lo and behold. You know, in hindsight, I shouldn't have just expected the treasure to be the shiny thing. That was my fault. I should have looked at the ground more closely. But anyways, this is what happens if you don't have the key immediately. You have to waddle your butt all the way back. And you have to hang a left. You gotta go through here. Gotta go over here. Gotta kill this minotaur. And you just gotta pay very close attention to the ground. You see, okay, I think I see it. Hang on. It might be here. You have to be kind of like very particular. Just look around. Pay close attention to where everything is. And not fall in the river like a dummy. There it is. Okay. See this right here? This is what this is like. That is not what I wanted. I wanted the shield of no thank you. Thank you. It's this key. Okay, sir. Cease. Okay. It's this key that you need. And you need to pay attention, unlike me, because otherwise You're gonna be looking here for a while. So you take that key. And now we can go into the second part of the level, which is bad for Selene, but wonderful for us. Can I rest? Yes, I can. I need my magic back, actually. Oh, wait, hang on. On second thought, let's go do this in an open area, or open-ish area, because sometimes things glitch. Yeah, like see? It's fine when you do it there. But if you do it in a place where, you know, things can glitch through walls, my ear is itchy. If you do it in places where things can glitch through walls, then it becomes a problem. Wait, there's more of you? Oh, there is. I wish I could say that the arachnophobia gets better in the Elder Scrolls games, but it doesn't. It gets so much worse. You think it's bad now, but you clearly have not played Skyrim, where it gets so much worse. I'm mildly arachnophobic. I'm not scared of like tiny spiders, but I am scared of big spiders. I remember having a very vivid dream that for the longest time when I was a kid, I could have sworn it was real. Where I went into the living room one day. I was like 4 years old, I think. I remember seeing a spider the size of like LeBron James. I don't really know many tall people. That was just the first person that came to mind. But like big person, like tall person, that size, just crawling down the wall. I think that's where the arachnophobia mildly started. And it only got worse from there, and I don't like it in Skyrim. I don't often pick Rayloff in that game on account of the fact that, you know, I am a loyal member of the Empire. But the one time I did, like the times I did back when I was still new to the game, I genuinely could not relate to him enough. When he was like, I hate those things, too many eyes, you know? And I'm like, yeah. Trust me, I understand, sir. I am in a very similar boat. I don't like them either. Okay, so as with how we normally handle sections like this, we're going to pick a direction and we're going to stick to it until we hit the highest we can go. He is glitched in the wall. We will put him out of his misery. What is the timer on right now? Okay, fantastic jump cut incoming. Look at that, seamless. We have time. We have a few more minutes. So like always, excuse me, you pick a direction and you stick to it. And you just keep going until you hit the top. And then once you hit the top, you can just start mapping your way out from there. It's like in our case, as you can see, we've hit the top. So now we're going to go to the right and start slowly mapping out the direction. That's how we do it. And it makes it easier to understand where you're going. So you just go here. And then you're going to want to stay, like for example, if you go all the way north, you're going to kind of want to stay north and just follow the passageways in that general direction and kind of like try to stay close to the top of the dungeon. And that gives you much more sense of direction and where you need to go. So then we can drop down here and go from there. So it feels overwhelming when you first start because you don't know where to go, but all you have to do is just take a minute, take a breath, and kind of just take the problem and break it down into smaller pieces. So, for example, you would think, okay, what am I trying to do? And obviously the answer is I'm trying to map out the dungeons. So you would think, okay, well, how would I go about that in a way that was easier? And obviously the answer is what I recommend, but maybe it's different. Maybe you prefer to find the middle if you can, or you prefer to just slowly make like a circle around where you started and go from there. And there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, this is just how I tend to handle the dungeon, but there's no right or wrong way to approach this problem. There is only the solution, which is achieving the goal at the end. And that is not dependent on method, that is dependent on results. So, as long as you get the results, how you got there does not matter. Fantastic. And I believe that is that part. Ah, okay. So there's a section I missed. Let's see. Oh, hello. Hello, sir. Can I interest you in death? Is that an option? It appears to be an option. Then you can just go up here. As you can see, we're still sticking east because that's the direction we picked once we hit the top. And we just keep going east. Keep going east until we get to the end. Oh, hello. Please stop killing me. I don't appreciate it. Quite a bit of gold we still have, which is fantastic news for us. Bad news for Mr. Jaeger Tharn, though, because it means we get more and more potions, and resources, other fun stuff. Why am I going south? I am going south because I have a purpose. So yes, I tend to hit the M key a lot when I'm playing. I am sorry for the habit where I'm just doing stuff and then randomly I just keep pressing M because I'm opening the map, but I do have a purpose for it because it helps me keep track of where I'm going. And I can't promise I'll keep doing it when we get to Morrowind, but I will still try to be doing it in Daggerfall, even though I find navigating the maps in Daggerfall to be a bit of a pain. But it is what it is. Here we have everything taken care of, so I'm just going to quickly jump out here. And then, as you can see, we have hit as far east as we can go without heading down. So, we are going to do a quick cast. Actually, no, we don't even need to cast anything. We are just going to save. And we're going to do a bit of a rest. Okay, enemies are immediately nearby. Hello. You appear to have drained my magicka, sir. That is very rude. I do not appreciate that, but we can rest again. There's more enemies nearby. They appear to be glitched. Okay, so this is what the save is for. So if something like this happens, we can just reload the save. Then we just walk over here, maybe, and then we click until fully healed. And then maybe an enemy appears. Maybe they don't. But it means we can rest again. And see that right there? I mentioned in an earlier video how sometimes it could say you are healed, but an enemy will still appear. That is what I am talking about. So always be careful, always check your surroundings after you heal, especially if you are a martial or you are a starter mage who doesn't have a shield spell yet, because that can kill you if it catches you off guard. So over here, I'm just gonna get up the water, and then you can see that here we have a little nook, and this is mostly water, and we haven't even hit the south yet. So what will happen is when we hit the south, I missed a passage. How did I miss that? Well, anyway, once you hit the furthest south from the east side, that's when you head west. At least when you're doing what I'm doing. Then you hit the farthest west, and you go north again. And then you have a complete understanding of how big the dungeon is. And then you can start filling in certain sectors, or quadrants as you might call them. And that, like for example, this would be a quadrant. So this upper right section, that would be a quadrant. And then the bottom right section, that would be a quadrant. And then a group of build of rooms, that would be a quadrant. You just keep doing that until everything is mapped out. And if you find the exit, don't go through it yet. Just wait until you map it out. And you do this because it ensures that you have the most amount of experience points because you're constantly running into enemies. Now, obviously, if you are low on resources, do not do this. If you only have like a few precious restore health potions, don't do it. Just get the job done and then leave. You can always come back later. But if you don't, it's fine. But anyway, that will about do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode. Have a good one.